All right, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you're watching this. So, welcome back to OA Tech Hub, and this is module 2 of this training. We are done with the module 1, which comprises of the file management system, basic computer hardware and software. So, now is module 2, and this module is talking about website development. But before we talk about website development, let's start from the internet. So this is lesson 1 in module 2. So introduction to the internet. I believe that like I always used to say, whether you are a computer science student or an entrepreneur, business person, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, I believe that the internet is what everybody should be familiar with. I think so, in my opinion, though. But just that most of us don't really know basic definition or how these things work. Yeah. So now, how websites function. Now, what are websites? If you have been following this course, we've actually, in a way, spoke about a couple of these things, right? So sorry about that. So now, how a website function? How websites function? So now, websites are a collection of files hosted on a server, right? Okay, let me just present it to her so that you'll be able to see properly. So websites are a collection of files hosted on servers and are accessible via the internet. They serve as a platform for information, entertainment, and interaction. So each website has a unique address known as URL, which allows users to locate it easily on the web. So basically, I guess in our previous lessons, we've defined what a website is, or yes, that should be model 1. So now, the collection of web pages or files. So now we are going deeper into website development. So collection of files or web pages, right? And I've mentioned earlier that these pages can be about us, homepage, contact us, your portal, etc. Right? So and they are assigned to a name, right? So each website has a unique address known as URL, right? So it allows users to locate easily on the web. For example, if you're a student, if you are watching this video, that means there's every chance that you're a student of Delta State University, right? And the site URL of your portal, right? So if you're a student of this, that means you have visited the portal because that is where you process your school fees, your school fees breakdown, cost registration, and all those things. So now the site for DESU is desu.edu.ng. So that is the site URL, right? So now key terms to grasp a website was essential to understand basic term like a server, right? So a server is powerful computer that stores websites while a client is a device that accesses them. The browser is the software used to view websites. So if you are here and you are confused, please go back to the lessons because I've done a breakdown on how differentiating a browser from a search engine and from a website. So yeah, so browser is what gives you access to the internet, while your website is the URL, for example desu.com.ng, right? So that's different between them, so don't get it twisted. So the browser is the software that used to view website and protocol like http and https, yes, like I've said before. So now accessing the website. Now, DNS resolution, it translates a human friendly URL into a machine readable IP address. So, every website has an IP address, right? But what a DNS do is that the DNS, but imagine if I say the name of my website is 1001 semicolon 1.1 dot, maybe colon 005. That will be kind of difficult for you to remember, but I can easily say that the name of my website is oatechhub.com. So DNS is the one that is responsible for translating that machine language into a friendly URL, right? So server response. Once the server receives the request, it processes and send back to the necessary data of your browser and render. So for example, Let's say Google, for example. Google is a search engine. Like I said, if you are here and you have not taken the lesson one, that's the module one course, you understand better if you go through all these courses. So the server response, for example, let's say desu.com, desu.edu.ng. So once you type that into your browser, let's say your Chrome, your Firefox, now what it does is that once you run it, it will actually send a message to the server. So which files or what and what is hosted using this name, that's where it will now pop out maybe your portal, it's now pop out maybe VC welcome address and all those things. So that's how they all work hand in hand. So website content types, so a website feature text and images. So basically, yeah, sorry, it depends on the website that you are building. Right, so the feature text, the feature images, right? So each website has their own text. For example, I'm using Desu as a case study, also a at OA Tech Hub site as a case study. So when you visit there, when you visit this site, you will be able to see text, right? You'll be able to see images, illustration that is illustrating a certain information, maybe about the website or about who owns the website or about the whole project, right? So now they include videos to engage user enhance. Yes, some websites also has videos. You can put a video on the website. That's what does this thing means, right? It can put text and images. Now interactive elements provide user participation, making experience more dynamic. Yes, so for example, now this website as a case study also, user participation. Okay, let's even say this OA Tech Hub site where you can come interact with the courses. There are also sites that you can interact with fellow users. For example, our social media, Facebook, Instagram, where you can chat people, WhatsApp, where you can chat people, talk to them. You know that most of all the social media, they also have a website. In fact, some of them actually started as a website before they advanced into being a mobile application or a software. So basically, these are just all the introduction to this module 2, talking about the internet website. So this module, we are going to be talking more about website development. So if you're interested in creating a website, please stick to this module, because we'll be teaching step by step on how you can create a website, from the domain name to the hosting to the server. Then maybe the content manager system will highlight some key functions in HTML and key points in HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Then we'll go to CMS, which is the content management system, the cPanel, and all those. So thank you for sticking to this point in this lesson. I hope that I'll see you in the next one, as it is brick by brick and module by module. So thank you so much and have a good one.